I've been reading Chica Cheetah the whole time. Peanut butter. What's Chica Chica?
Dropped out of school, served time, and then built one of the fastest rises in modern rap history. A rapper who didn't record his first song until his 20s now owns multiple $5 million assets and billion stream records. No childhood fame, no early industry push. The first studio sessions came after jail, after pressure, after the window most artists miss had already closed. What followed wasn't luck, it was urgency. Mixtapes that spread through Atlanta like word-of-mouth legends. Hits that turned pain into profit, momentum that never slowed. In less than a decade, survival turned into superstardom, street stories turned into global anthems, and a late start turned into a historic run. This isn't just a success story, it's a reminder that timing doesn't matter as much as conviction. This is the life, rise, and reality behind Lil Baby. Born Dominique Armani Jones on December 3, 1994. Lil Baby came into the world in southwest Atlanta, a place where opportunity often felt as distant as a skyline you could see, but never touch. His life shifted almost before it began. By the time he was 2 years old, his father was gone, leaving his mother to raise him and his two older sisters alone. The absence lingered like a shadow, unspoken, but always present, forcing Dominique to grow up fast in a home where survival mattered more than comfort. His mother worked constantly, pushing through exhaustion to keep food on the table, while his sisters helped fill the gaps. One sister, Deja, became especially important, a steady force when chaos crept too close. Dominique was the youngest, watching, learning, absorbing everything around him. Outside the house, the streets buzzed with temptation, fast money, fast respect, and faster consequences. Inside him, a restlessness brewed, like a storm trapped behind his ribs. School never felt built for him, sitting still, following rules, imagining a future he couldn't yet see. It all felt pointless. By 9th grade, he dropped out, not because he lacked ability, but because the world around him seemed louder than any classroom lesson. The streets offered something immediate, something tangible, and Dominique followed that pull, unaware or unwilling to accept where it could lead. Trouble didn't arrive suddenly. It crept in slowly, like dusk falling before you realize the light is gone. As a teenager, Dominique was arrested and sentenced to jail time. The cell became a hard pause in his story, stripping away distractions and forcing him to sit with his choices. With nothing but silence and time, reality set in. Jail didn't just confine him, it confronted him. The path he was on had an ending, and it wasn't freedom. When he was released, something had shifted. He returned home changed, sharper, more focused, carrying the weight of what he'd almost lost. That's when Coach K and P entered the picture, seeing potential where others saw a past that couldn't be erased. They pushed him toward music, not as a hobby, but as an exit, a lifeline, a second chance. Lil Baby's professional journey didn't arrive quietly. It hit the industry like a door kicked open. In 2017, he stepped into rap without a long resume or polished image, just raw hunger and lived experience. His early mixtapes, Perfect Timing, Harder Than Hard, and Too Hard, spread fast through Atlanta, moving hand to hand like contraband. Then came My Dog, his first real breakthrough, a record that announced him not as a newcomer, but as a problem. That momentum snowballed. Signed to Quality Control, Lil Baby dropped harder than ever in 2018, debuting near the top of the Billboard charts. When Drake jumped on Yes Indeed, the record exploded, pushing Baby into the mainstream almost overnight. That same year, Drip Harder with Gunna followed, and Drip Too Hard became unavoidable, playing everywhere, like a heartbeat you couldn't escape. By the time street gossip landed, Lil Baby was no longer rising, he had arrived. Then came 2020, the year that changed everything. My Turn didn't just debut at #1, it stayed there, dominating charts and conversations alike. It became the best-selling album of the year, packed with hits like Woah, Some to Prove, and We Paid. But it was the bigger picture that shifted his image entirely. Released during a moment of national unrest, the song hit like a mirror held up to America, earning Grammy nominations and proving Lil Baby wasn't just a hitmaker. He was a voice. From there, his run felt unstoppable. The Voice of the Heroes with Lil Durk debuted at #1, solidifying his grip on the culture. His verse on Kanye West's Hurricane helped earn a Grammy win, adding industry validation to street credibility. In 2022, It's Only Me continued the streak, debuting at the top once again, stacking hits and streaming numbers like trophies. By the mid-2020s, Lil Baby's resume read like a victory lap. Multiple #1 albums, billions of streams, and a catalog filled with chart-topping collaborations. Tracks like Drip Too Hard, Yes Indeed, Wants and Needs, and For the Night crossed the billion stream mark, while award stages followed. Bet Awards, Bet Hip Hop Awards, ASCAP honors, Grammy nominations, and a Grammy win. What started as mixtapes recorded with urgency turned into one of the most dominant runs in modern hip-hop. Lil Baby's personal life has unfolded under bright lights and even brighter scrutiny, where love often moved as fast as his career. In his early 20s, he entered fatherhood with Aisha Howard, welcoming his first son, Jason Armani, in 2015. But timing wasn't on his side. Legal troubles pulled him away during Jason's earliest years, leaving absence to speak where presence should have been. When he returned, he tried to make up for lost time, lavish gifts, public moments, grand gestures, like trying to rewind a clock that never stops. Their relationship carried tension and public disputes, but through it all, Lil Baby stood firm on one thing: his responsibility as a father. As his music career began to surge, another chapter opened with Jada Cheeves. Their connection was electric, unfolding in real time across social media as his fame climbed. In 2019, they welcomed their son, Lil Armani, and for a moment they looked untouchable. Luxury trips, coordinated outfits, family moments polished like magazine covers. But pressure cracks even the strongest glass. Rumors, distance, and constant attention strained the relationship, and by 2021, they went their separate ways. Still, they remained tied through co-parenting, choosing peace over chaos for their son. Afterward, Lil Baby pulled his private life closer to the chest. Dating rumors surfaced, faded, and resurfaced again, but confirmations were rare. He made it clear he prefers loyalty without labels, trust without contracts, seeing marriage as fragile when built under public pressure. Like a man guarding a scar, he chose privacy over spectacle. What never wavered was fatherhood. Through changing relationships and relentless fame, his sons remained his anchor. Lil Baby's wealth wasn't built overnight. It stacked slowly, like bricks laid with intention. At the center of it all is music. With billions of streams across platforms, his catalog moves constantly, generating an estimated hundreds of thousands per month in streaming revenue alone. Each chart-topping album doesn't just dominate headlines, it feeds long-term royalties, turning past hits into passive income that never sleeps. Touring and features elevated that foundation. Lil Baby reportedly commands $300,000 plus per feature, while sold-out arenas and global tours bring in millions annually, creating a loop where live shows fuel streams and streams fuel demand. Like a flywheel gaining speed, every release pushes the next check higher. At the same time, through 4PF Records, he earns executive and publishing income by backing new artists, positioning himself not just as talent, but ownership. Endorsements add another lane. Major brands like Mountain Dew and Budweiser tapped into his influence, deals that typically reach 7 figures, while fashion ventures and private investments widen his portfolio. To sharpen his edge, he even studied business strategy at Harvard, treating wealth like a craft, not a flex. As of 2026, estimates place Lil Baby's net worth anywhere from $45 to $60 million, built from music, touring, business ownership, real estate, and brand power. Like turning sound into structure, he transformed hits into holdings. Proving his success isn't just loud, it's lasting. His car collection isn't just about speed or luxury, it's a visual timeline of his success, each vehicle roaring like a victory lap. From the moment the money came in, he didn't ease into wealth, he floored it. At the top of the garage sits a Bugatti Chiron, a machine priced around $3 million, built to bend reality. It's the kind of car that feels less driven and more unleashed, screaming past limits the way his career did. Parked nearby is the Ferrari SF90 Stradale, a $500,000 plus hybrid monster that launches like a bullet, blending elegance and violence in motion, beauty with teeth. The supercar theme continues with McLaren's, the 720S and the track-hungry 765LT, together worth well over $650,000. Sharp, fast, unforgiving, cars that mirror his rise. No hesitation, no brakes. Even his American muscle speaks loudly, with Corvettes, Hellcats, and custom builds that turn streets into stages. When speed gives way to dominance, luxury takes the wheel. His Rolls-Royce Cullinan Black Badge, priced around $330,000, moves like a private jet on asphalt. Silent, heavy, untouchable. The Bentley Bentayga, Maybach S-Class, Brabus-tuned G-Wagon, and Lamborghini Urus, each ranging from $200,000 to $350,000 plus, blur the line between comfort and power, proving he can glide just as hard as he races. But it's not all future and flash. Tucked among the exotics are classic Chevrolet Bel Airs, restored icons worth $80,000 plus, dripping with nostalgia. Like vinyl in a digital age, they show respect for where things started. Now let's get into his mansions. These aren't just places to live. They're monuments to how far he's come. His main stronghold sits in Atlanta, a gated estate worth roughly $5 million, standing tall like a fortress built from success. Spanning about 7,000 square feet, the home breathes luxury, walls of glass, soaring ceilings, and open spaces that flow like a perfectly mixed track. Inside, everything is oversized and intentional. A private theater, a full gym, spa-style bathrooms, and living rooms that feel more like royalty lounges than common spaces. But this house isn't only about comfort, it's about creation. Tucked inside is a personal recording studio where inspiration moves freely and ideas turn into records. This mansion doubles as both sanctuary and engine, a place where silence fuels sound and success is sharpened behind closed gates. Beyond the spotlight, Lil Baby's real estate vision turns personal. In Oakland City, the same neighborhood that shaped him, he's quietly purchasing and restoring properties. Homes once surrounded by struggle, now reborn as long-term investments and community anchors. Like planting seeds in familiar soil, these properties aren't just financial moves, they're legacy plays meant to outlive charts and trends. And when Atlanta isn't enough, luxury follows him elsewhere. Rumors of a $10 million Miami area villa surfaced after a viral stay showcased waterfront views and resort-level living, proof that even his temporary escapes feel permanent in scale. Lil's luxury lifestyle stretches far beyond real estate and supercars. It lives in the details, the shine, the altitude. His jewelry alone tells stories. Diamond-heavy 4PF and custom pendants, worth $25,000 to $50,000 each, swing from his neck like medals of survival. On his wrist, time doesn't tick, it flexes. Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille, and Rolex watches, some pushing $300,000 to $400,000, glint like spotlights, each second wrapped in ice. When it's time to move, he doesn't wait in terminals. Lil Baby travels by private jet, chartering aircraft that cost tens of thousands per flight, cutting through the sky like shortcuts to the future. Helicopter rides, machines worth millions, lift him above traffic, above routine, above the ordinary. His wardrobe is just as intentional. Head-to-toe designer fits, rare sneakers, and statement accessories turn sidewalks into runways. A $20,000 Louis Vuitton dog-shaped bag became cultural shorthand for excess with a wink, while Hermes Birkin bags, starting around $30,000, sit casually in rotation. Luxury worn, not announced. Even leisure comes elevated. Yacht days, jet skis slicing through Miami waters, lavish gifts for his children. Each moment feels cinematic, like life shot in widescreen. None of it feels accidental. Every diamond, every flight, every designer piece is chosen carefully. For Lil Baby, luxury isn't just about spending, it's about expression. Like ad-libs over a beat, these indulgences fill the spaces between the work, turning success into a lifestyle that moves fast, shines hard, and leaves no doubt who's living it. Success brought more than applause. It brought pressure. In 2024, a music video shoot in northwest Atlanta spiraled into chaos when gunfire erupted, leaving multiple people injured. Though Lil Baby wasn't involved in the violence itself, police publicly blamed his presence for igniting a chain reaction that later turned deadly. His legal team fired back hard, calling the accusations reckless and unfair, turning the moment into a public standoff between artist and authority, truth and narrative. That same year, another headline broke. In Las Vegas, Lil Baby was arrested for carrying a concealed firearm inside a casino, his Georgia permit not recognized across state lines. The moment felt abrupt, almost casual. An arrest, a bond, then freedom. Weeks later, the charges were dropped, but the damage had already circulated, proving how fast perception moves when your name trends. Social media added fuel to the fire. In early 2025, false rumors of a federal arrest spread like wildfire, sending fans into panic before Lil Baby shut it down himself, dismissing the claims as fiction. Still, the episode showed how easily noise becomes news when silence leaves room for speculation. Then came the music. His album Wham sparked sharp criticism from online personalities and commentators, questioning his artistic direction. Lil Baby didn't retreat. He responded, brushing off the backlash and drawing a clear line between his generation and his critics. The debate wasn't just about sound anymore. It was about relevance, age, and who gets to define culture. Public tension continued with media feuds and viral moments, including a high-profile clash with DJ Academics and backlash over a controversial photo taken overseas. Each incident stacked onto the last, forming a portrait of an artist constantly under a microscope. Every move dissected, every silence interpreted. When you look at Lil Baby's life now, the luxury feels almost calm. Not because it's small, but because it's earned. The mansions, the cars, the diamonds, they're no longer announcements, just the background to a life he built, piece by piece. What stands out isn't how much he has, but how comfortable he is in it. No rushing, no explaining, just freedom. The kind that comes from knowing exactly where you came from and never wanting to go back. That's the real luxury. Not the price tags, but the options. And Lil Baby didn't inherit that life, he created it. If you enjoyed this look into Lil Baby's luxury lifestyle, like, subscribe, and let us know who's up next. Because behind every luxury life, there's a story worth telling.